Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you a beginner's guide to setting up TSM, crafted profession groups and operations for beginners. So let's get right into it. Now obviously you want to download TSM, you want to make sure that it's set up correctly and it is feeding data to your account. So you should have this green tick right here if you've got everything set up correctly. If you don't, I have a guide on how to install it, and also going over the basics of groups and operations there on the channel. So let's get right into this. So you obviously want to set up some groups and operations for your professions. So once you have TSM all set up and running, what you'll want to do next is you want to head over to your profession. So any profession, let's do leatherworking for an example, and you just want to open up the profession window, the normal WoW one, then click on TSM4, and this will bring up this window right here. And so this will be the TSM profession window, and it's very simple to create the groups. Now doing it this way is just the basic way to make groups of everything that you already have learned. So to do that, you see these three little buttons right here. It's create profession groups. Now when you click on that, it will make two groups for that one profession. So let's go to groups. And so we just made the leatherworking one, so right here it will make one that is called items. And now this is everything that you have learnt the recipes for and can craft, and it will be everything that is craftable. The next group it's made is materials. Now this is all the materials that is going to be used to do them crafts. So they're the two groups that you've got set up. Now this is the easiest way to set them up. You can take certain ones out and move them around into different groups if you want, but this works really good if you're just getting started with professionals. Now you can do that with all your other professions. As you can see right here, we've got all the other professions set up just like this. Super simple. We also have a different one for Dragonflight professions with a whole heap of groups and a whole heap of operations for that. If you actually want those, they're inside of my gold making guide. If you want to check those out, it's just a basic Dragonflight crafts and operations. But we're just going to be teaching you how to make the basic group. So we've got a group set up. Now we need to make an operation for it. So we obviously need to make operations for the one that says items, not materials, because the items are the crafts that we're doing. So let's click on operations. And as you can see, we've got auctioning operations set to a custom operation, and also with the crafting operations. So let's go ahead and check that out. We've basically got these set up for crafted transmogs, but this will also work with pretty much all different sort of crafts. So I'll just show you what we've actually got going on here. So this is when we're actually selling the items using this operation. So the operation is to post for 48 hours. We want to post one at a time, and then we'll just show you a little bit of this. We'll just show it all. So these are the prices that we're doing for our crafted transmog pieces. So you want to, this is the undercut price. Now you could change this to just 0 copper and it would still work. I like doing it like this. The minimum price is 150% of the crafting, meaning we're always going to be making 50% profit of the crafting cost. If it's not at that profitable, we simply do not post the items. So very simple, and this is how we actually, in the operations, I used to sell crafted transmog pieces. Let's go over to the crafting group. So the crafting group, we have it set to 1000 gold minimum profit, so meaning anything that is over 1000 gold, it will actually bring us up to craft. So that is when we're actually doing the restock. So when you click a restock, I'll show you exactly what it does. So we want to select our group and click on restock group. Now this will bring up any items that are worth 1000 gold profit, that we will make 1000 gold profit on. So as you can see, there's a whole heap of items. There is about 527k estimated profit from doing all these crafts, so a decent amount of gold to make from that. And now once you have this list right here, you go to gathering, you select the character you want to do it on, the professions, and then you click on open task list. And this will bring up a big list of things you need to buy to do all those crafts. It'll also tell you sometimes to go to the vendor or go on different characters to get certain materials. Now once you've got all these materials, you can go ahead and do all those crafts. So it's very, very simple. Now another thing, when we're in the crafting operations, and this is for crafted transmogs, you can play around with this right here. This is the restock options. So the minimum restock quantity 1 and the maximum restock quantity is 1, meaning we're always going to have one up on the auction house. As soon as it sells, it will get us to restock that with another. Now you can obviously play around with this. If you want to make a operation for, say, selling potions, you could change this to 200, and you could change this, say you only want to make, you're happy with making, say, 5 gold profit every single potion. This is how you'd set that up, and then once you reach 0, it would ask you to restock, or you could set it at 199, so meaning as soon as you sell one of them, it will ask you to restock the one. So you've always got about 200 up on the auction house. Now you can play around with these, and you can also play around any of the operations and the groups to match what you want. But as beginners, you can just copy pretty much either this if you're doing something that has a lot of quantity to sell, or change it to what I had, so 1-1 if you're doing more crafted transmogs, and then you can, whatever profit you want to make, so we want to make 1,000 minimum. Now I like to do 1,000 minimum when I'm doing crafted transmogs, just so I'm not relisting and wasting time posting items under 1,000 gold profit. I just like to prefer to do it like that, so the only items that I'm investing my time in actually make over 1k profit, so it's worth doing. Now another thing you want to play around with when you're doing this, you want to play around with the tooltip. So the tooltip is when you hover over an item and it brings up all the information. Now you can select what information you want it to show, but one that is really important, if we look down right down the bottom, for an example, it says TSM crafting, then it says crafting cost, and it says dense hide x2, and then it says the price, and then it says how much profit would make from doing the craft. So as you can see, it's 58 gold profit every time we craft one of these aprons. Now what you want to do so that can all show, you want to make sure you scroll down to crafting right here, select crafting cost, detailed crafting cost, and mat cost, and I'll bring up all that information. Now this will just help you know what items are actually profitable and making a decent amount of gold. But anyways guys, that is the basics on how to set up groups and operations for WoW professions. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you'd like to learn more about TSM, I have a few other videos on the channel, and if you also want to get my Dragonflight TSM groups and operations that you can import straight to your TSM, they're inside of my gold guide, and then I also have a flipping guide too, which is more about flipping and doesn't really involve crafting, but it's got a whole heap of TSM import groups and strings for that also. Anyways guys, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for the next one.